everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. For today's video I will be making some high-end decor using these Dollar Tree wood slats. Some are 18-inch and some are 12-inch. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell button so you can get notified every time I upload. With that being said, now let's craft. Starting with my first project, I will be using 6 of these 18-inch wood pieces. I will be making a large rectangle, and I'm starting by gluing 2 of the wood pieces together first, and then the other 2, which are going to be the side pieces, and then I'm going to glue the other 2 side pieces on each side. And for all of this, I am using only hot glue. That is because I am not using a heavy wreath on this, but I do recommend you using wood glue instead. As you can see, this is a large rectangle. It almost didn't fit in my crafting table. Now for the inside, I will be making a triangle shape. And to do that, I am using some wood pieces that I already had. I was going to use some of these Dollar Tree wood pieces, but they weren't big enough, so that's why I didn't use them. But any other hardware store has wood pieces that you can use in the inside instead. Or you can just make a regular window, which I was going to do that, but I feel like I've made so many windows already that I decided to just make this different. So once I am done cutting these, I did have to cut them like a little bit slanted on the sides so they can fit. And then I am going to glue these using hot glue once again. One thing I did want to do, or I am going to do actually, is buy some larger wood sticks so then I can make like 2 X's in the center instead of the triangle. I'm glad I only use hot glue because this is going to be very easy to remove. But anyways, once I am done gluing everything, I'm going to paint this, and that is it for this very large window. Now you can add whatever wreath in the center. For my next project, I'm using 2 of the 18-inch wood pieces, 3 of these wood pallets, and this bowl that I had. I got this from the Dollar Tree as well. 3 came in a pack, but I'm only using 1. I'm going to start by removing the tags, and I'm going to remove the string from 2 of the wood pallets. On one of the wood pallets, I did have to cut one of the little wood pieces off, and I used my handsaw for that. Now to glue these wood pieces on pallets, or the other way around, with the little pallets and the wood pieces, I'm using hot glue. And I started by gluing the top and the bottom first, and then I glued the center. That is because I am going to leave like a little space in between them. And as you can see, I did put the one with the little hanger on one of the sides. This is where I'm going to use to hang it. Now, once I am done doing this, I am going to paint this using the same color I've been using. I will be adding some little planters on this, so I am using the bowl and I'm going to cut this in half. This is plastic, so I use my scissors. I'm using some hot glue to glue these. Now I'm not adding anything heavy inside these little planter. That's why I only use hot glue. But if you want to add something heavy, I do recommend you using like something more heavy duty for this. For the greenery, I'm going to just add some of this greenery that I already had. And that is it for this beautiful wall decor piece. My next project was inspired by Jamie, the crafting DIY guide. He made a larger version of this crate. He used 18-inch wood pieces and I'm using the 12 inches. So I am making a smaller version and I'm only using 2 of these wood planks that I'm going to cut 1 in half. I thought these were 12 inches, but they're not. They're actually 11 inches. So I'm going to just mark it down to 5.5 and then cut it. These are going to be the sides of my wood crate. Before I start to glue these, I will be using a little piece of cinch sheet and just smooth out all the edges. I'm going to start by gluing down the sides on the bigger wood plank. Now I am using a combination of wood glue and hot glue. The next thing I will be doing is gluing 2 of these wood planks on each side. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to paint this. And that is it for this wood crate. I think it turned out beautiful and you can use it in so many different ways. For my next project, I will be using the 3 leftover pieces. These are 12 inches and one of them is smaller than the other 2. So I'm going to put this in the center. And I'm using hot glue to glue these. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to paint this. The next thing I will be adding is this love sign that I recently got from Walmart. It cost me $1.47. I left it the color it is, and I added this little succulent in the center. And look how beautiful this looks. Now the next thing I will be doing is making 2 holes so I can add a bee hanger. I'm using some Dollar Tree wood beads, and I'm going to just leave them the color they are, and I'm only using 6, or actually not 6, they were 8. And that is it for this love sign. I will be using 6 of these 18-inch wood slats that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by cutting one of them in half. These 2 pieces are going to be the bottom of my tray. Now I'm going to start gluing all these wood slats together, and I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and hot glue. Now I'm going to add the bottom pieces, and I'm using again a combination of wood glue and hot glue. Now the only reason I'm adding this is for extra reinforcement, and because this is going to give my tray a little stand. I'm using a wet napkin to clean some of the wood glue just before it dries. And then I'm going to make holes on the side. This is where I'm going to add my handles. Now I did use a drill for this. I actually had some other drill parts, I don't know what they're called, which actually made holes, but I didn't think of that until right now that I'm doing my voiceover. But with this little drill thingy, that piece I had to go over and over to make the hole bigger, and I did have to do this like 3 times or 4 times because I'm using a nautical rope from the Dollar Tree for the handles. Before I paint this, I'm using a piece of senshi to go over some of the glue residue. And to paint this, I'm using the Waverly Antique Wax. Like I mentioned it earlier, I will be using the Dollar Tree nautical rope for the handles. Once I am done doing the first handle, I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And that is it for this beautiful decorative tray, and you can use this all year round. For my next DIY, I'm going to use 4 of these wood slats that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, once again, I did pick these up when they were $1 each. I'm going to just glue all of these together, and I'm using a combination of wood glue and hot glue. So once I flipped this over, there was a lot of hot glue, or not hot glue, I mean wood glue. And before that dried, I did use a wet napkin to clean it up. Then I went ahead and used the white chalk paint to paint this. And once again, I made this streaky, leaving some of the wood showing to make this look more whitewashed. One of the wood slats had a pen mark, and I thought by painting this it was going to cover it, but it didn't. So I used a sand sheet to just sand it out, and it did remove it. And while I was already sanding this, I decided to sand the entire thing. I used a wet napkin to wipe it, but then I removed too much and I had to go back with the white paint. This next step was inspired by Crafts by Kaylin. She recently did a large sign and she added a stripe of a different color with a plus sign, which that is what I'm going to do. I'm using some of the painter's tape because I want this to be even, and I'm using the color Lavender from the brand Waverly Chalk. And look how beautiful this looks. I absolutely love this lavender color. Now you can use a stencil and add something on the lavender stripe or on the white stripe. You can use either one. Here I'm showing you that you can use either one. And I decided to use this bless sign that I already had and was already painted with the antique wax. Now I don't know, and I try to look for the clip right now, but I couldn't find where I added the greenery. It was just some greenery that I already had. I put it together, I tied it in the center and glued it to the sign. In the space that the greenery has, I will be adding this beautiful bow that I'm making out of this beautiful burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It's very easy and simple to do. And that is it for this beautiful blessed sign. I will be using 3 of these Dollar Tree signs, and I'm going to paint them using the dark gray I have been using, and I'm going to paint all of them using this color. The next thing I will be using is this Dollar Tree piece of wood that I will be adding the chalkboards on, and I'm going to leave a space in between each of them. Now I'm going to just paint the little piece of wood that you can see here. I'm using this wall stickers that says faith, hope, and love. Now these are a little bit too big for the little boards, so I'm going to just cut a little bit off so they can fit, and I'm going to do that to the rest of them because not all of them fit. And I'm adding faith at the top, hope, and love. They also have these other little designs on them that you can add, but I am not adding those. I'm only adding the words. And that is it for this decor sign. For my next hack, I will be using the largest canvas that Dollar Tree carries, this 11 by 14 inches, and 2 Dollar Tree wood pieces. I painted the pieces of wood the same color. I then glued them on each side of the canvas. Now you have a nice piece of canvas with a wood frame. Now you can add whatever you like to this. I decided to use my Cricut and cut this welcome to our home. And I'm going to add it to the bottom. Then I'm going to add a small little wreath at the top. Instead of using a clear little hook, I just used a thumbtacks and then just add it to the wood instead of the canvas. Now to hang this, I will be adding a piece of jute twine to the back, and that is it for this beautiful wall decor piece. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye.